So continuing into this segment of our videography, or whatever you call it, I'm going to show you the boards I ride. Now my profile is I'm old. I've been snowboarding a long time now, and I do a lot of things. I'm not a park guy, never go into the park. Played around in it when I was younger, but never much good at it. I'm more of an all-mountain guy. I love the backcountry, I love deep powder. I love everything about snowboarding except the park. So I have a big foot, and I weigh a little over 200 pounds. So let me dial you in on the boards I like for me. The first one is a board I rode last year, and I really liked it a lot. This is the LibTech Skunk Ape, and this year new with the LibTech Skunk Ape is C2 BTX. What that stands for is C2 rocker board with magnet traction, squiggly edges. What C2 is there is a hit of camber in near the nose right here and near the tail down here. And that just makes it's going to be a little bit snappier, a little bit quicker turning. I think it'll be great for the trees when I ride the trees this year, so I can get some enhanced turnability. Next board.
Real quick before you finish up with that board, how is, especially riding fast, because he likes to go down big mountains, there's a feature in the nose and tail that's really huge for these boards and works really good for chattery bigger guys. The plastic tip and tail just helps kind of, when you're at high speeds and it starts to chatter, the plastic kind of dampens that feeling, so it doesn't wear out your legs, and you can keep riding all day with this guy, trying to keep up with him down the hill.
Fast. Okay, so the next one, this is a new board from Burton this year, and as you can see, it utilizes the EST binding system with the new Burton channel with the M6 hardware. This is called the Sherlock. Now I would ride a bigger one than that, but I just grabbed it because it was the first board in line. The Sherlock this year, it kind of reminds me, and this is my own mind's eye, it's not Burton's description, but a flying V rocker with a little bit of supermodel in it, because it has a tapered nose and it's an all-mountain board. And the way a flying V rocker works is it's a rocker board right between your feet, right under your feet there's camber, and then it continues in the rocker up here. They also, in this board and another board I'm going to show you in a second, they have, what's it called, side effects, Mike?
Frostbite.
Well, they have frostbite edges, the side effects. This board and the Nug has side effects.
Yeah.
So the way it's been explained to me on these two boards, especially the Nug is something we'll go over in a second, but you can ride a board a little bit shorter. I don't think I would on the Sherlock. I think I'd ride it to my normal specs, but right up here where the effective edge is supposed to end, like on most boards, it is drawn out much longer, so you have a lot more effective edge to your board, even though it might be a little bit smaller of a board, which makes it float and powder and do all kinds of great things. So that's the Sherlock. That's another board that really excites me in the boards we carry this year.
And the top sheet glows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the top sheet glows. That would excite you, not me. Now this board is a new one from Never Summer this year, and in the past, because I have a big foot, I rode the Never Summer Legacy because it has a rocker camber configuration. But now this year with the Raptor, it's all this killer carbon graphic stuff. It's the update of the Titan from last year. Now last year the Titan was a big mountain board that was a cambered board. This year they're utilizing the rocker camber storage. So just like the LibTech C2 I showed you, it's very similar to it, but it doesn't have the magnet traction edges. But what it does have is a rocker through here, and then a hit of camber down at the nose, the tail, and up at the nose. And if it works anywhere near like my Legacy did last year and the year before, then I think I'm really going to like this board. And I like the fact that it's a really stiff board, so going down really steep stuff, this should really hold an edge well. You got anything to add to that, Mike?
Big thing too is also they have a change in the edge called the Vario Power Grip, which just helps with holding your edge through bigger turns. Seen this guy do it a bunch, especially coming down Cherry 2, I believe, at Mammoth. Bunch of S turns. It helps switching edge to edge, making sure that you don't wipe out at a high speed. So. And
the other thing about Never Summer is these guys it's a small, independently owned company made out of Colorado. So support the small guys while you're at it. Now, last, just like Mike said, but not least, is the Nug. And this is an incredible board. Why do I want this little board? This wouldn't be the size I would ride on this. This is the smallest one they make, the 142. Would you be on this, Mike?
This would be
okay, you would be on the 42. They also make a 146 and a 150. Now, I was in Vermont a month ago, and Dave Downing and JG and some of the other people at Burton, they couldn't talk enough about this nug. This is their secret weapon for the year. And they got me so amped on it, I would normally just write this board right off, especially in a 150. Because I generally ride anywhere from a 162 all the way up to a 178, depending what the conditions are. But Dave Downing assures me that I can ride this board in a 150. Now, this has the side effects even more than the Sherlock. And right on the board itself, or in the Burton catalog, you'll see that it says to ride this board 8 to 10 centimeters shorter than you normally would. So I would just like to give it a go, because Dave is a rider like me. He's a lot better rider than me, but he also does the parking stuff. But I'm more of a backcountry, all-mountain guy, and he says I would love this board. Just like he said I'd love the Burton Custom back in the day, and I did.
And this is the big difference too. Like, this would be the size that I would ride, and this is the size that I normally ride.
There you go, 10 centimeters.
So you're really just taking off a whole lot of board, makes the board nice and light, good park style board, and you're just going to be able to
show them the side profile, Mike,
really
because I'm not sure if you guys can pick this up, but there's a lot less nose going on here. This way has a lot more drawn out nose. So what you're dealing with is, shoot, just about as much if effective edge is this 152 in a compact package of a 42. So probably your spins and everything would be easier too, huh?
A lot easier to spin, a lot easier to like jump onto a rail, control your board. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to riding it. So.
And I'm excited too, and I don't know exactly why. It's kind of scary for me, but if Downing said it'll work, I'm going to give it a go. And that's it for my favorite boards in the store.